Hello children, welcome to video classes, and I'm really happy that you're watching this video children. And in the previous video we have successfully completed the lesson Ranikhet's gift, and the lesson was very beautiful and wonderful. And as we all discussed that the Ranikhet has given a lot of gifts to the writer Rudrani Ghosh, isn't it? Because the scenery, the clouds, the trees, the dancing leaves, and the dark clouds, and blue clouds, and white clouds, and the night, the stars, and everything were the gifts of Ranikhet to Rudrani Ghosh, isn't it, children? And I really hope that you all have understood Ranikhet, Ranikhet's gift. And let's begin our today's video class. And in this particular video class, I would like to start the classwork of Ranikhet. Okay, children. Yes, before further go, let's get started our today's video class, the classwork of Ranikhet's gift. Read to understand. Match the words and phrases to show a cause and effect relationship between them. So here we have a cause and effect, isn't it children? Words and phrases, cause and effect. Here we have to match them. So here we have five words: wind, hail, haze, sunset, nightfall, and the effects or the relationship between them, or the effects are: the mountain vanish from you view, the snowy range is lit up by a fiery orange glow, the dark sky is lit up by the stars, the lawn takes on a whitish appearance, the trees move back and forth. So children, here we have to understand the meaning of the particular words. Then we can easily match the causes or the consequences of the particular words. So the first word is wind, W-I-N-D, wind. So by wind, what we can expect children? Obviously the effect will be the trees move back and forth, and the answer is also the same. See, here we can find the trees. So the first one we have to match to E. The trees move back and forth. Okay, so that is the effect of the cause wind. And hail, 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 and the consequences or the result will be D. The lawn takes on a whitish appearance because of the hails, isn't it children? And then the third one, haze, 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 isn't it children? And the consequences or the result will be the mountains vanish from view, because the haze means, as I told you, that the foggy situation, the foggy the main, isn't it, the foggy, what we can call it as the foggy weather, isn't it? The foggy surroundings will be there by the haze, then we cannot see the mountains. And the fourth one, sunset. What is it? Sunset. By the sunset, what we can see or what we can get the result? The snowy range is lit up by a fiery orange glow. So if you see by the sunset, the orange color will come onto the sky. So that is the consequences or the result, isn't it? And the fifth word is night fail. What is it? Night fail. And the answer will be the dark sky is lit up by the stars. As we all can see in the night, the stars. So this is all about the matching, and I really hope that you all will do that. And see children, here we have answered these questions with reference to the context. So that is, here we have a context of from the Ranikhet's gift. Amazingly, yes, amazingly, there was to be found neither a puddle or a muddy patch. Muddy patch. So why did the author expect to find puddles or muddy patches? Because it was rain. That is why the author expected the puddles or muddy patches. Why did she not find any puddles? What was so amazing about? So here we have the answer. There were no puddles because the soil was rocky and sandy and had either dried easily or the waste had made its way downhill. So that is the water, okay? And the author was amazed to find no puddles because it had rained heavily that day. The water was not drained, even that didn't go downhill, isn't it? So the author was amazed to find no puddles because it had rained heavily that day. And I hope that you have understood. And the first question also I have explained already. How did the sky look when the author went for a walk? How did the sky look when the author went for a walk after the rain? And the answer would be, when the author went for a walk, he saw the sky had cleared and the whole mountain range way in view, isn't it? It was a fully 180 degrees stretch of snow clad mountains that gleamed at glistened in the last rays of the sun. LAST, last rays of the sun, isn't it, children? And see, that was evening, as we all know that the sun was setting up, and it was very full view of 180 degrees because the fog cleared and everything was very pleasant there, isn't it? So that was the situation, that when did the author went walk outside, isn't it? And here we have one more, three more questions from the C. What led to the drastic change that the writer talks about? And I repeat the question. What led the drastic change that the writer talk about? And the options are here. The breaking up the gaze, the last rays of the setting sun, the returns of birds and butterflies. See, children, the returns of birds and butterflies, obviously it happened after the rain, but it did not lead to the drastic change. And the last rays of the sunset also didn't lead to the drastic change. So the answer would be, and the answer is, the breaking up of the haze, the cause to the drastic change. Okay, children. And which sight left the writer transfixed in awe? A very beautiful question. And the answer is here, children. The sight of the star spangled sky at the night left the writer transfixed in awe. The sight of stars, stars were just what we can call it as twinkling, isn't it? So that sight made him felt transfixed in awe, a kind of shocked, isn't it? And see, children, here we have one more interesting question. The writer builds many contrasts through the passage. Mention three such contrasts presented in the passage. These hints will be help you. So here we have the three hints that contrasts through the passage. So we have to mention and we have to find out the passages. Okay, children. And the hints will be, what happened during the rain, what happened once it stopped, what did the haze do the surroundings, what happened when it lifted, what happened to the surroundings at night, what did the writer see in the sky. So these are the three questions. If you find answer to these particular questions, you would even find the the contrasts through the passages, isn't it? And what happened during the rain, what happened once it stopped? And the answer is, and the three contracts in the passages are, see the first answer, the water gusting and gurgling down the slope, the trees swaying and the leaves dancing in midst, to the accompaniment of the now roaring wind and the orchestral din of the pounding rain on the tin roof of a bungalow. It rained incessantly for a couple of hours, and then a sudden calm descended over the hill. So that is the passage. Okay, children. And the second question would be, what did the haze do to the surroundings? What happened when it lifted? And here is the paragraph. The distant mountains could no longer be seen, and neither was the winding pathway at the foot of our hillock visible. Gradually, the haze started disintegrating, and the first glint of the sun's rays shimmered over the velvety green mountainside, while the dark clouds scurried away. So, this would be the paragraph. And then the last question: what happened to the surroundings at night? What did the writer see it in the sky? The paragraph would be: it was the darkest of dark nights, eerie, pitch black, a creak or a crackle made one jump. But when we looked up, we stood transfixed in awe, looking at the star spangled dark dome above. Never ever had we seen a million brightly lit stars and at such close quarters. We just had to stand on our toes to touch them. So this is the paragraph from the text, isn't it, children? And I really hope that you all have understood everything clearly. So if you have any doubts in classwork or the lesson, please let me know. I'll always be there to help you and to clear your doubts. Thank you for watching the entire video. Thank you so much, children.